Sidney Crosby winning Stanley Cup gets harder every year. Toronto, app. It has been more than 30 years since an NHL team has completed a Stanley Cup three-peat. Could the Pittsburgh Penguins end that drought this season? Captain Sidney Crosby says winning the NHL's top prize gets harder every year. The league is just so tight, Crosby said Wednesday at the Hockey Hall of Fame, where the Penguins gathered to donate a ring from their second Cup victory last spring. Feels like every year it just gets tighter and tighter. There's just no separation from team to team. I think that it brings out the best in everyone, individually and teams as well. It certainly makes for a test every night because there really is no separation between all the teams out there. No team has won 3 consecutive cups since the early 1980s when the New York Islanders took 4 straight titles. It doesn't help that the Penguins are coming off 2 grueling seasons, said General Manager Jim Rutherford. It's been tough on our team. When you go back-to-back and have 2 short off-seasons and have the kind of schedule we've had to start the season, Rutherford said as he stood less than 20 feet away from the Stanley Cup. We're getting to the point now where we're getting a few more days off and we can hopefully play with more consistency. More Murray placed on injured reserve. More Kings boost scoring by borrowing from NFL. I can hopefully add a player or 2 along the way here to get a chance to do that. Maintaining a consistent lineup is one of the hurdles the Penguins have had to navigate. Goalie Marc-Andre Fleury was taken by the Vegas Golden Knights in the expansion draft, and Matt Murray, his replacement in net, went on injured reserve Tuesday with a lower body injury. A third goalie, Anton Niemi, was supposed to serve as Murray's backup but he was placed on waivers after 3 disappointing starts. Pittsburgh also lost 11 players to free agency, including shutdown defenseman Ron Hainsey, Toronto Maple Leafs, and left-winger Chris Kunitz, Tampa Bay Lightning. The hardest part this year was losing some key players, Rutherford said. The year before, we were in good cap position and we were able to keep most of our team. Going into this year, we lost some key guys, so trying to replace those guys is the most difficult thing. The Penguins are 13-10-3 this season and have the final wild-card spot in the Eastern Conference. The New York Rangers are a point back with a game in hand and 6 other teams are within 7 points. Last season, the Penguins finished the season second in the Metropolitan Division, behind the President's Trophy-winning Washington Capitals. Rutherford believes that winning consecutive Stanley Cups has put a target on the Penguins' backs. More how Islanders can hang on to Tavares. More where are Penguins in latest power rankings? The problem for the team that won the Stanley Cup the year before is that you don't get one easy game in the regular season, Rutherford said. Because everybody's playing us like it's a playoff game. They all want to beat us so they can measure up to us. Murray is week to week with his undisclosed lower body injury. Rutherford has no intention of making any moves to shore up the goaltender position, however, instead relying on 22-year-old Tristan Jarry and minor league call-up Casey DeSmith. We'll go with our 2 young guys that haven't played a lot of NHL games, Rutherford said. Jarry's played well for us and he's a very capable goalie. We'll just keep an eye on it. How long Murray's going to be out, how the goaltending's doing, how the team's doing. I'm not actively trying to do something today. I'm always listening though. If you've got an idea for me, let it fly.